Trade deadline madness. Saints ready to ship Olavi? Steelers lurking as Nola hits panic button. Will Pittsburgh pull the trigger? What if the Saints' nightmare season turns into the Steelers' ultimate power play, with a young stud WR dangling like forbidden fruit just as Pittsburgh's offense hits a wall? New Orleans is reeling from Derek Carr's bombshell retirement, their NFC South dreams circling the drain after a gritty Week 5 win over the Giants that feels more like a last gasp than a lifeline. Yeah, they're 1-4 and scraping bottom, screaming for a full-blown rebuild, but whispers are turning to shouts. Alvin Kamara's eyeing the Chargers, and now Chris Olave, the Buckeye burner who's lit up the league, could be next on the chopping block. Pittsburgh, with their WR room suddenly thinner than a third and long, is circling like sharks. Is this the heist that catapults the black and gold back to Super Bowl contention, or does Nola slam the door on their golden boy? Buckle up, the league's trade wires are buzzing, and the clock's ticking. The fuse lit up courtesy of Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox, who dropped Olave at the pinnacle of his Week 6 trade big board, calling him the Saints' crown jewel in this fire sale frenzy. If New Orleans wants to cash in on vet talent amid the rebuild, Olave's their top trade chip. Knox laid it out plain. This 25-year-old speed demon already boasts 2 1,000-yard seasons under his belt, and after a brutal 2024 that sidelined him to 8 games with nagging injuries, he's roaring back like a Superdome storm. 5 weeks in, he's a glued-to-the-field starter, 33 grabs, 244 yards, and a touchdown that had the Who Dat Nation leaping from their seats. Locked into his 5th-year option through 2026, he's no short-term rental. 2 full seasons of control make him a steal for contenders. Nick Underhill over at New Orleans. Football echoes the vibe, league buzz has teams sniffing around, and the Saints seem primed to listen as the losses pile up. Olave's got a top every WR needy squad's hit list. Knox nailed it. This could flip the deadline on its head and send shockwaves from the Bayou to the Steel City. Envision the chaos. Olave isn't some journeyman slot guy, he's a route-running razor with hands that stick like glue and wheels that turn DBs into traffic cones. For the Steelers, treading water in the AFC North Shark Tank, slotting him opposite DK Metcalf would be like strapping nitro to a dragster, an unstoppable duo torching secondaries while Aaron Rodgers, hey, in this topsy-turvy 2025, who knows if he's slinging it in Pittsburgh, picks apart the seams. Suddenly, they're not just survivors, they're the division bullies, vaulting from wild-card hopefuls to Lombardi trophy locks. Back in NOLA, the front office could rake in draft gold to rebuild from the ashes. Carr's exit gutted the huddle, the offense is limping on fumes, and holding onto a stud like Olave feels like clutching a winning lotto ticket in a casino fire. Flip him now, stockpile picks, and flood the roster with fresh legs. It's cold math, but the kind that turns tank jobs into tomorrow's dynasties. From the gut of this gridiron diehard, it twists like a late hit low. The Saints have been teases, not titans, flashes of brilliance drowned in mediocrity, and dealing Olave at his scorching peak would be a grandmaster's gambit, hoarding young guns and draft ammo to drown the roster in talent. Kamara's already window shopping in LA, so why not him too? But damn, it burns seeing prime cuts like Olave, the kid who burst from Ohio State and could morph into the next Tyreek Hill with his afterburners, chucked onto the rebuild scrap heap of also-rans. Pittsburgh? They're starving for that WR1 jolt to unclog their aerial attack. Tomlin's a wizard at squeezing wins from grit, and a locked-in Olave could be the X-factor yanking them to the summit of Steel City, turning Sunday slogs into primetime poetry. Here's the league-wide haymaker that's got talking heads foaming. Do the Saints go full scorched earth, peddling their pearls to sidestep another cellar scrape, even if it guts the Who Dat diehard's heartstrings? Or hunker down with Olave, rolling the bones on a prayer with the backup chucking bricks and praying he doesn't bolt for nothing in free agency? Knox drives it home. He's the blue-chip bait, and pass-hungry packs are salivating. My take? New Orleans pulls the ripcord before the buzzer. You don't wake up every day with a 25-year-old heater on the auction block. The Steelers, those crafty foxes, scent weakness and are scheming the caper of the century. One blockbuster move from ring parade dreams. Bottom line, Olave's thread dangles slimmer than a goal line stand. Saints suits are zipped on the record, but the scuttlebutt screams volumes, and as the calendar cranks, a blockbuster like this could redraw 2 franchises' maps in a heartbeat. Down in the Big Easy, the humidity's thick with maybes, fans torn between torching the rebuild blueprint and visions of lottery tickets blooming into future studs. Nobody craves a 2026 Sans Olave scorching the turf, but the NFL's a meat grinder where the limp get lunch. From this lifer's foxhole, Saints War Room, if you ship, squeeze a Monarch's Haul, first-round gold and a can't-miss prospect that stings. For Pittsburgh, lock it down lightning fast, cause Olave in black and gold would be savage verse. Tomlin forges champs, just needs the nod from the brass. Will Olave jet to the Berg for bling-hunting bliss or grind it out in the Crescent City? Drop your raw takes in the comments, sling it to your pigskin posse, and smash subscribe for every drop dime on the scorching scoops. In this maelstrom of a season, more than anything, the gridiron thirsts for swaps that spark infernos, not another yawn-fest yawn.